Sequestration's impact on the men and women in uniform in the U.S. military is real. It's here now, and it's getting worse. Half a year into sequestration, the Pentagon is finally talking about the real-world consequences of its impact on U.S. forces. This week, the Defense Secretary announced the findings of the Pentagon's Strategic Choices and Management Review, the results of an internal assessment and a stress test on budget scenarios going forward. He talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The results are mostly just bad and ugly. What many in Washington don't know is that sequestration is the fourth year of defense budget cuts under President Obama. It's an additional $500 billion on the backs of the U.S. military that come on top of $1 trillion in defense cuts already. We've cut dozens of major weapons programs. We've reduced readiness across the armed forces, and we're cutting the number of soldiers and Marines at a fast clip. The Defense Secretary has framed the trade-off for America's military as one that is smaller and more modern, or larger but older. What's clear is that none of these choices are easy. All of them put U.S. forces at more risk. And the only question is, which one is least damaging? The harsh reality is that the Pentagon will not get to choose. The U.S. military is just going to get smaller and older. Congress has shown that it is not a willing partner to make the vital reforms internal to the defense budget necessary to allow both options, and readiness is going to fall under any defense budget cut scenario going forward. The Pentagon's review makes it clear that no amount of flexibility is going to make an additional $500 billion budget cuts on the U.S. military any easier to prosecute. Only when President Obama and senior members of Congress sit down and make a deal to undo sequestration's effects on the U.S. military can we change the conversation away from consequences and start talking about possibilities.